Hi, my name's Tiffany, and this is our family's 4th year at BKPlay Academy. Our son Sammy attended BK for 2 years of preschool and is now a first grader at the Open Window School. And our daughter Gabby also attended 2 years of preschool and is now participating in the early entrance kindergarten program here at BKPlay. We began our search for an alternative preschool when it became apparent to us that the school that Sammy was attending as a 2-year-old clearly was not a good long-term fit. Sammy was a highly verbal child from an early age. He knew all of his letters and the sounds they made by the time he was 21 months old. And so as a 2-year-old, he was really starting to demonstrate an interest in learning how to read. When I spoke with his teachers to get their advice about resources for exposing him to early reading, their response to me was, "Oh no, we don't even introduce the concept of letters until they're 4. So it was at that moment that I clearly realized we need to find another alternative for him for preschool. Fortunately, I had a friend at the time whose son was a year older than Sammy and was already attending BKPlay Academy. So we made our visit, Sammy was tested, and he was able to start in the preschool just shy of 3.5 years old. Then a year later, our daughter Gabby, although she manifested her gifts in very different ways, also started at BKPlay just before she turned 3. BKPlay really has an amazing ability not only to differentiate their curriculum based on the strengths and challenges that each individual student has, but they also really tailor their curriculum to student interest. And that's done primarily by way of their research focus. Research topics are really generated by the interest of the children. So while they may be interested in electricity at one point, other topics have included things like dinosaurs and sports around the world and the solar system, the human body. And because the research is done in a very hands-on, dynamic way, the content really sticks with them. And my favorite example of this in our family is literally a year after the 2 kids had studied the human body in research class at BKPlay, my son one morning said, "Mommy, can I please have some patella on my bagel for breakfast?" And my 3-year-old turned and looked at him and said, "It's Nutella, silly. Your patella is your kneecap." And that is completely thanks to BKPlay. In addition to differentiating based on academic strengths and challenges, BKPlay has also done an amazing job differentiating their teaching based on the temperament and the personalities of each individual child. The teachers really go out of their way to get to know each child as an individual and then tailor their instruction to accommodate accordingly. For example, our son is a very typical analytical, literal, black and white learner with a genuine zest for academic learning. Our daughter, on the other hand, is our creative soul. She's our free spirit. She has an imagination out to the stars and doesn't present herself in what you would see a typical gifted child presenting as. That being said, BKPlay has been an incredibly successful experience for both of them, primarily due to the fact that Mira and the other teachers here have really taken the time to get to know them as individuals and find what motivates them and help them learn how to focus. I do firmly believe that the greatest success factor here at BKPlay is the teachers. And I also feel like I'm a pretty harsh critic when it comes to that because I am a teacher with a master's degree in education and many years of experience in the education industry. So I have very high standards when it comes to this. One of the things that's really unique about the teachers at BKPlay is they have experience working with gifted children. And let's be honest, this population of children is inherently different than your typical child. And so the fact that they not only know how to adapt and differentiate the curriculum, but also tend to the social-emotional aspect of what makes this life of a gifted child both exciting and challenging is really important. In addition, here at BKPlay, the teacher-student ratios are very small, which enables the teachers, again, to really get to know the kids and adapt the curriculum accordingly. In addition, something that I've really appreciated as a parent is the level of communication that I've had from the teachers. We have in-person conferences, formal conferences a couple times a year. We get weekly newsletters. We get brief informal notes home daily, and there's lots of opportunity to have informal conversations with teachers to really stay on top of how our kids are doing both academically and social emotionally. So we're very appreciative of our time here and very grateful to the teachers.